learning about Doc Satchel playing the role, being on set with these amazingly talented co-stars with Shaka King. I'm just curious, like, how did that affect you? Do you still think about your experiences there, and did playing this role impact you in a lasting way?
It did. I'm not the same person I was when I entered that film. You can't be. My awareness of what I say, of how I view the world, of what impacts, what's important to me. I'm much more cognizant of those things, and it inspired me to really do more digging into my soul and the things that I care about and what I want to say and what I want my legacy to be, and the causes that I want to support back, and how I want to live my life now, maneuver in life now. Yeah, when like nobody is going to be a Fred Hampton, but we can do our part. That's what I learned, that you don't have to be. You can be a supporter. You can be a follower if you have the right leaders, and that's where I'm trying to find my place. I would say that's what I took from the film, from my personal life.
Yeah, it's obviously really powerful that hit you and stuck with you in that way. What are your thoughts, Ian, on, the role of artists in that project of social change, that everlasting work that a lot of artists have throughout history been a part of? Do you feel, are you now thinking about, okay, what types of projects I want to attach my name to? Are you thinking about service work you want to do outside of film? All of the above? What are your thoughts?
Yes, all of the above. It forces you, excuse me, it forces me now to not be as eager, to take a step back and analyze what I want to attach myself to. You do a project like this, and it kind of sets a bar for you. It kind of sets a precedent now, and I think moving forward, I'm going to be more analytical about what I do.
Yeah.
And and back to what I say and how I maneuver in this world, especially when it comes to art.
Yeah, right. And the power of that, because that's something I know Shaka King has talked about. Just the way in which he made the film was very intentional to the audiences that he was trying to reach. He's talked about, for example, at the end of the film, not showing the brutality that was visited upon Chairman Fred. In part thinking about Black audiences. Shaka has talked about like being mindful of that, letting the Panthers speak for themselves in the film, not letting the FBI define them.
Right.
I'm curious, like what your thoughts are on that approach that he took to tell a story.
I think he was giving reverence to Chairman Fred and the Panthers, and giving them respect, and letting the audience see them first, letting the audience get to know them first before we see the opposition, before we hear someone disgrace their name. And those subtleties are the reason why the film is a masterpiece, because it's the attention to detail that that Shaka maneuvered with, finagled, through his creative process with, and yeah, that's why. And we know the trauma, we know the ending. We don't have to see it, right? All of the events, the charge events that lead up to it is enough. Yeah, it's enough. We don't need that. We don't need to see that because we're already traumatized.
Right. Yeah. Right. And Chaka on that point has said that he himself, I think, didn't even know, like most Americans, right? We didn't know much about Chairman Fred's life. Like knew more about his death.
Right. Yeah. And likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise. So
Yeah.
it was very, it's a history lesson in itself. And that's what I also love about about this, this career path is that I get to learn as I work.
Right.
That is enriching, and that there's no greater feeling for me than being able to work and simultaneously educate myself on different topics that I may not have known and they may not have dove into.